How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a brilliant day. Today we are looking at how I was able to get a very easy 21,000 this last raid weekend on hitting some bases I don't usually hit. So let's take a look. The first one will be on a barbarian camp, trying to set up the base for my main account. And the idea is to try and set up the base for an air attack. So we want to try and take out as many air targeting defenses as possible on this first hit. And if you see what I see, there are a ton of air defenses on this top right side. So we're going to drop the graveyards over those air targeting defenses and go in with the graveyard spam strategy and try and get as much of the base taken out as possible. Brought in a couple giants, because I don't think that I need a ton of rams, as they'll probably start to go very strange directions as these compartments get opened. But as you can see, this graveyard section on the top right side is taking down that air defense. Got one super wizard that was able to chain and get that rapid rockets, get that air defense. And then we have one more ram. Gonna try and use it to help take out this spear thrower, but didn't really need that much help anyways. But they do come around and clear that spear thrower, and then as a bonus they clear these trash buildings, and what that does is it opens up the entire side on the back end for deployment, which is awesome. And then they get pretty close to this air defense, but not enough juice left. So we've now set up that base perfectly for another account for a very easy cleanup on the barbarian camp. And now we are looking at a final attack on a capital peak. This layout was super spread out, and I was sort of getting bored waiting for the next raid to open up so I could fresh hit some barbarian camps and some builders workshops. Those are my two favorite to hit, as they can be somewhat complicated, but depending on the layout they can be very easy and they offer a ton of points. So on this one, I didn't think that it was gonna work out very well with the graveyard spam, since there was a multi-mortar and the capital peak hull actually hits really hard and splashes and can sometimes kill like all of the skeletons from the graveyards. So we're going in with the Super P.E.K.K.A strategy, clearing out these front defenses, definitely getting rid of this Inferno Tower so the P.E.K.K.A can sit in the rage and take out the District Hall. Yeah, seems to be the best strategy unless you're really good with the timing and doing a Super Wizard Bomb. Then that also seems to help take out the District Hall and a lot of the stuff around it. But in this case, not really too much to get. So we just clear the path for the P.E.K.K.A. And you can see that one P.E.K.K.A is able to take out the District Hall. We sent in one pack of archers to take out the cannon, just to help out the P.E.K.K.A a little bit more. But the P.E.K.K.A inside the rage is able to take it out. Unfortunately, a couple of those last hits do snipe the P.E.K.K.A from the multi-mortar, so we don't get that extra bonus of like, I think 40 capital peak loot. But we do have 6 other packs of archers, so we do at least get 60 from those, and then an extra 10 from the archers that were all in the field. So now we're looking at the other bases that I two-shot that I don't usually hit, but like I said, wanted to speed things along, get on to the next raid. So we're going in with the graveyard spam strategy and seeing how much of this base we can take out on the first hit. It's pretty spread out on this left-hand side, so we're only dropping a few of the troops. Trying to test for traps and just make sure that this first group of wizards can make it closer to the base. Now that some defenses are starting to get opened up, we're able to drop a bunch of the giants, and then we start to place the graveyard spells right in front so that the super wizards have a nice group to tank for them. We do miss that giant bomb, so all these super wizards are about half health now. And they are starting to path a little bit strangely, where this one group is hugging this right-hand side. So we're trying to desperately send in the rams on this right side to tank for these groups. But everything is starting to die out, and now these single target defenses are targeting the wizards. So now we only have the one hero, the one super wizard left. And it is able to do some nice splash damage, but cannot splash to the next group. So we only got 2,890. It's kind of surprising, because usually the Wizard Valley is quite weak, but I think it was just that giant bomb that hit a bunch of the wizards. So now we are going to clean up the base, because there's still 3,715 loot available. And with the power of 6 graveyard spells, not much is going to die, as you can see. Not too many walls left to open either, so we opt to bring in a bunch of giants. We have a massive group of super wizards behind this massive group of giants, so that is going to work out perfectly. And we also have all of the graveyards still open, so that if anything does die, we can get a few more skeletons in. But as you can see, this is kind of the last threatening area, the 3 wizard towers, but the wizard towers can only splash to a few targets, so they cannot take out all of the skeletons. So now we're just going to fast forward a little bit. They break through that wall. There's a couple of bombs, but luckily the skeletons got out in front, so they're able to save the wizards and the giants. And then we have a few that actually died and spawned new skeletons take out this last trash building in the corner. So we're able to clean up that base and get a bonus 120 gold. And last but not least, we're looking at a Balloon Lagoon 2-shot. This one is actually very well upgraded. So I was happy to take it out, as this might have presented a challenge to some of the clanmates that are not as invested in the raid weekend as I am. So we're happy to take this out, speed up, move on to the next raid, and get a lot of Capital Peak gold in the process. So we open up this corner, take out these exposed defenses, and then we are trying to come in from this right hand side, and that one ram popped so many traps. It's hilarious. Now we do make a little bit of an error, and we drastically miscalculated, and that one rocket artillery is able to take out all of the super wizards in 2 shots. So as you can see, we are down to just giants and just the graveyard skeletons. Just like that. So be very careful if there is a potentially baited entry. I definitely thought the bait would have been on this bottom side, the way this wall, how it's sort of opened and creating a channel, but yeah, we are not able to get a whole bunch. However, with the graveyard strategy, even if all things go wrong, as long as you get a couple of the main defenses and get around 35-45%, you can very easily 2-shot it on the next attack. So now we're dropping some of the graveyards, one definitely over the rocket artillery, and then just the other 2 right in front, because this time we're going to spread out, drop sort of 2 main packs so they can go to every single side of the base. The idea is to have the core group push through this left side to clear the left side, and then ideally some stuff from the core might come over to the right hand side. Unfortunately, none of the super wizards went that way, so the giants are getting slammed, but there's not too many defenses over there. So as soon as that crusher went down, we're good to go. Now all the super wizards grouped up on the rock artillery took that one out. And there's not really anything else left in this base. So even though the first attack was a little iffy, still we're able to clean up enough of it and still have a decent amount of troops left to get some bonus gold on this second attack. Speed up through the last section. We'll see exactly how much of the bonus gold we get. We walk away with 5,055 on this last attack with 81 bonus gold. And that's how I was able to hit some easy bases and get a super easy 21,000. So you might be able to use some of these strategies if you see a similar base layout in your raid weekends. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to help me out, I welcome you to subscribe and hit the like button. And there are some additional videos on the screen if you are interested in seeing more Capital Raid weekend attacks. Until next time, take care.